In the previous video, you have learned how to find the coordinate for us to plot the curve. So in the second video of quadratic function, you will learn how to draw out the curve of the quadratic function. So you will learn how to draw a quadratic curve in this video. And the key for you to remember is the curve must be smooth. What do I mean by smooth curve? That means like this, as opposed to, let's say, like that. Like that is not smooth curve, neither is it like that. And if you find your curve to be like that, most likely something must be wrong. Okay, it must be smooth. And this is where we end off in the last video. You have used the function of y, and by doing substitution, you are able to get the value of y. Part B asks us to draw out the curve. So let us take a look at how we can do that. What I have written down here is the point for us to plot. Now, the first thing is you need to know what are the axes that you have to draw. The first thing is you have to know where are you supposed to draw the axis. If not, you might run out of space for you to draw the axis. The position of y-axis is the easiest because x is just -3 to 5. Very straightforward. So we can count. Okay, here is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just nice. So 3, 2, 1, 0. So your y-axis should be down here. Next, we need to decide where to draw our x-axis. For the x-axis, we have to take note because for y, right, is 1 cm, 1 unit, as opposed to 2 cm, 1 unit for x. And the range is from -14 to 2. So imagine we have 2 here. Then you have your 0, -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12, -14. So because -14 is here, we still can move down 1 or 2 spaces. So the 0 will go down. Alright? So this will be the curve that I will draw. So let me just erase and write in the label. So this one is y, this one is x. Remember, 1, 2, 3, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then over here I have 2, and that will be enough. -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12, -14. Okay, so now that we have our axis label done, the next thing is to plot out the point. We have the x and y coordinate down here. So when x is equals to -3, y is equals to -14. So write a x down here, -2, -7. So it's down here, right in the middle between -6 and -8. Then when x is equals to -1, y is -2. When x is equals to 0, y is 1. So where is 1? 1. Okay, I hope I get this correct. And when x is equals to 1, y is equals to 2. When x is equals to 2, y is equals to 1, which is down here. Then when x is equal to 3, is -2, so it's down here. Then the next thing is down here. And 5 is -14. Okay, so now that we have our point plotted, we have to draw our curve. And how do we draw our curve? We can either use a French curve or a flexible ruler. And I will show you how. So this is how your graph paper should look like. So after you have drawn your axis as well as plotted the coordinate, you are left with the curve to draw. So I'm going to demonstrate how we are going to use our French curve. They comes in 3. You can buy them in Popular or Daiso, whichever is the most convenient for you. So they actually have a lot of curved surface you can try out to see which one actually fits the curve. So if let's say I want to use this, because I can connect 3 points quite nicely, so I will draw like that, then flip it over. And draw it as well. Then if I want to draw to the bottom, you can see that I'm able to do so. So I will use this longer one to connect the rest of the point. Like that. Okay, make sure that it doesn't go out. But one thing that you have to take note is do try to use a pencil to draw all the curve, so that you can make amendment if you make a mistake. So over at the other side it's the same. Make sure that, and you're done. So this will be your curve for the first question. So after drawing our curve, your graph paper should look like this. Alright, so this will be the first example. I have 2 more examples. Please go and try it out. Here is question 2. I have written all the answer beside. Please complete the table. So please go and draw the graph yourself, and if you have done it, it should look something like this. Alright, for question 2, if you need some help, I think I will guide you a bit, because some of the time, your minimum point or your maximum point, they might not give it to you, and you have to imagine where it is. But it's not too difficult, because you should be able to see that your line of symmetry should be over at x is equals to -half. So your minimum point should be somewhere here, because it's symmetrical on the left and symmetrical on the right. So what you have to do is to see which part of the curve can actually fit 3 points nicely. Not necessary you will have to use all the outer side, you can use the inner side. Alright, this one seems to be quite okay. So let me just emphasize, the minimum point is somewhere here. So the lowest point should be here. So make sure that it passes through 3 of the coordinates. Okay, let me just amend it a bit. Okay, then the other side. Just align it so you will get a nice curve. Do this, see, nice curve. And the rest should be quite simple. I think we can use this again, the long side. Just make sure you pass through all the points. See, it is smooth. And over here, make sure you pass through all the points. Okay, so this is roughly how your curve of question 2 should look like. Just remember that neither of this is the minimum point. You have to imagine that x is equal to negative 0.5 is the minimum point for question 2. On to the last question. Again, the format is the same. We give you the function, ask you to find 1 or 2 value of y, then plot the curve. Again, the idea is the same. Try it out yourself, and it should look something like this. Alright, I hope that you have enough practice to be confident of drawing out the graph yourself.